fractions with unlike denominators. Let's start by looking at the steps we need to add fractions with unlike denominators. Step 1 is to find a common denominator. We can find a common denominator using the least common multiple, or LCM for short. Step 2 is to rewrite each fraction with the common denominator. So we have to rewrite the fraction. Step 3 is to add the numerators. So if we have 4 over 5 plus 1 over 5, we have 5 over 5 because we add the numerators. Step 4 is to reduce if possible or simplify, basically. Simplify. Oh, whoops. There you go. Subtracting fractions with unlike denominators is the same except for step number 3, where we subtract the numerators. So if we have 4 over 5 minus 1 over 5, we just subtract the numerators instead of adding them. So this is our first example problem, 3/5 plus 1/3. So we've got, I'll do this in black, 3/5 plus 1/3. So step 1 is to find the common denominator. So common denominator. And our common denominator can be found by finding the least common multiple. So let's list out the multiples of 5 and 3. I'll do them in different colors. Give me 1 second. We'll do this one in red. We'll do 5 in red. So here are the least common multiples for 5 and the least common multiples for 3. So we'll start off with 3. We do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We'll go till there. And then we'll do the same thing with the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, you may have spotted this already, but we have the same multiple of 15. So we can make both of these 15. A least common multiple is 15, and you know that whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator, and whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So here, to get to 15, we have to multiply 5 by 3. So we also have to multiply the numerator by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So we get 9 over 15 for our first fraction. And for our second fraction, to get from 3 to 15, we have to multiply by 5. So we're also going to multiply the 1 by 5. And we get 5 over 15. Now, all we have to do is add the numerators. This is the last step. So 9 plus 5 is 14. And we keep the denominator the same, 15. So our final answer is 14 over 15. Because we can't simplify. We can't simplify 14 over 15 any further. So our answer is, 14 over 15. Let's do a second example. So we've got 4/7 minus 2/5. Okay, so our first step, again, common denominators, common denominator. So our 2 The two denominators are 7, and we've got 5. So let's list our common denominators. For 7, we have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and 42. And we can keep going. This, of course, goes on forever, but we don't want to write all those numbers, so we start off with a small quantity. So for 5, we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And you may have realized that we have 35 as the common denominator. And we found the least common multiple. The least common multiple, which is 35. So we'll write that in. We'll write 35, subtract 35. So our denominator is done. Now we need to do the same thing that we did in the last step, multiply. So to get from 7 to 35, we had to multiply 7 by 5. And since we multiplied 7 by 5, we also have to multiply 4 by 5. And the dot, of course, just signifies multiplication. The dot signifies multiplication. So 4 times 5 is 20, so we get 20 over 35. And then to get from 5 to 35, we have to multiply 5 by 7. So we're going to also multiply 2 by 7. And 2 times 7 is 14. Now, all we have to do is subtract the numerators. And 20 minus 14 is 6. And 35, we keep that the same. So our final answer is 6 over 35. 6 over 35. Let's do one more example. We'll do one more example. 3/4 minus 2/8. So 3/4 minus 2/8. Now, I want you to pause the video, try this one on your own. But we'll solve this one together as well. So we need to find the common denominators. So common denominators, let's look for them. So we've got 4, and we've got 8. So let's go with 4. We get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And 8, we get 8, 16, 24. Now you may see that we have two common, wait, let me do that in a different color. Let me do that in blue. We have two common denominators, but we're finding the least common multiple, the LCM, least common multiple. And if we're finding the least common multiple, we want the lowest number. And the lowest number is 8. So let me write that in. I'm subtracting. So now, to get from 4 to 8, we have to multiply by 2. So we're going to multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So 3 times 2 is 6. And for 8, to get to 8, we just multiply by 1, because 8 times 1 is 1. Any number times 1 is that number. And then we multiply the top 2 by 1 as well, and we get 2. Now we subtract. We get 4 over 8. But wait, this isn't simplified. So we need to simplify this, and we can simplify it. We see that 4 goes into 8, and 4 goes into 4 as well. So if we divide both sides by 4, because whatever we do to the numerator, we do to the denominator. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our final answer, and our simplified answer, is 1/2. Thank you for watching.